By the way, I went into American Express yesterday.
Oh,
So I went to cash some traveller's checks. You get a much better rate there than you do in a hotel.
do you?
Anyway, there was a letter there for you. They asked me if I was any relation, and I said yes. They asked me if I wanted to take it for you. I mean, they gave it to me, but I said no, I would leave it. Did you get it?
Yes.
Oh, well, I'm glad you got it. To be honest, I was amazed that they suggested I take it. It could never happen in England. These Italians. I mean, just because my name is Downs and your name is Downs doesn't mean that we're the Mr. and Mrs. Downs, whom they in their laughing Italian way assume that we are. We could be, and in fact, vastly more likely to be, total strangers. I mean, let's say I, whom they laughingly assume to be your husband, had taken the letter, having declared myself to be your husband, but in fact being a total stranger, and opened it and read it out of nothing more than idle curiosity, and then thrown it in a canal, you would never have received it. And all because of Venetian human fortisme. I've a good mind to write to the Doge of Venice about it. That was what stopped me taking it, by the way, and bringing it to you, the fact that I could have been a total stranger. And what they, of course, did not know and had no way of knowing was that I am your husband.
Pretty inefficient bunch.
Only in a laughing Mediterranean way.
It's from Jerry.
Yes, I recognise the handwriting. How is he?
Okay,
Good, and Judith?
fine.
What about the kids?
I don't think he mentioned them.
Oh, they're probably alright then. If they were ill or something, he'd probably have mentioned it. Any other news?
No.
Are you looking forward to Torcello? How many times have we been there now? Twice. I remember when I first took you there, how much you loved it. You fell in love with it. That must be 7 years ago now, about 6 months after we were married. Yes, do you remember? I wonder if you'll like it as much tomorrow. What do you think of Jerry as a letter writer? You're trembling, are you cold?
No.
He used to write to me at one time. Long letters about Ford Maddox Ford. I used to write to him, come to think of it. Long letters about, W.B. Yeats, I imagine. That was when we were both editors of poetry magazines. Him at Cambridge, me at Oxford. Did you know that? We were both bright young men. And close friends. Well, we still are close friends. That was long before I met you. That was long before he met you. I've been trying to remember when I introduced him to you. I simply can't remember. I take it I must have introduced him to you. Yes, but when? Can you remember?
No.
Can't.
No.
How was? He wasn't best man at our wedding, was he?
You know he was.
Ah, yes. Well, that's probably where I introduced him to you. Was there any message for me in his letter? In the line of business to do with the world of publishing? Has he uncovered any new and original talent? He's very talented at uncovering talent, old Jerry.
No message.
No message. Not even his love.
We're lovers.
Oh yes, I thought it must be something like that, something along those lines.
When?
What?
When did you think?
Yesterday, only yesterday. When I saw his handwriting on the letter. Before yesterday, I was quite ignorant.
Ah. I'm sorry.
Sorry. Where does it take place? It must be quite awkward. I mean, we've got 2 kids, he's got 2 kids, not to mention a wife.
We have a flat.
Oh, I see. Nice. It's quite well established then, your affair.
Yes.
How long?
Some time.
Yes, but how long exactly?
5 years.
5 years? Ned is 1 year old. Did you hear what I said?
Yes. He's your son. Jerry was in America for 2 months.
Did he write to you from America?
Of course. I wrote to him.
Did you tell him when Ned had been conceived?
Not by letter.
Yes, but when you did tell him, was he happy to know that I was to be a father? I've always liked Jerry. To be honest, I've always liked him rather more than I've liked you. Perhaps I should have had an affair with him myself. Are you looking forward to our trip to Torcello?